Game Friends, spooky Game Friends.
Ooh.
What?
What's
Yeah.
that sound?
Sounded like a spooky ghost to me. Oh no, it's a horrified man. What's he horrified by? Probably the ghost.
Oh,
He
we've
fears
lost
the
Ian.
guillotine. Ian's dead.
That is what gives me nightmares every night of my life. The fear of the guillotine.
Yes, we all do. You being part of the French aristocracy in particular.
I am.
What?
Oh no, it's Psycho. He's here as well.
With his guillotines on both
Psycho
hands.
with his guillotines.
He's Edward Scissorhands' brother. Edward Guillotine Hands.
Oh no, the crow, the spooky ghost crow. With the
Ghost
scary man. We've got it all.
No, he's not scary. He just finds his crow really funny.
He loves it. And if you're wondering what this is,
I am.
this is Game Friends. And it's a Halloween special.
Don't even need the sound box.
We don't
good.
even need it.
I'm like the
But
guy
because
from Police
It
Academy.
is Halloween. I believe the day this comes out, it will be Halloween.
It'll be the day before.
Oh, it is the day before Halloween, but
Yeah.
you may
Unless you're listening to this on Halloween or after Halloween, and then it's another day.
You could be listening to it on Christmas Day. I don't know.
I like to
Fuck.
think that this
Time.
episode will be so spooky that people will be full of fear
Yeah.
throughout the entire episode. And
Spoil-
me,
So one tiny spoiler though, if you do listen to this podcast, you've only got 7 days to make somebody else listen to it, else you die.
Ooh. And also, the podcast is recorded in your own house.
dun dun dun, we're all standing in a corner while we're recording the podcast.
I've done a shit in your kitchen.
That is fucking horrifying.
Oh,
On so many levels. That is psychological
Wait.
warfare.
it's not green, but it's green. You know what I mean.
I know
Sorry,
what you
Chris. Games.
I was going to say, I'm Chris Slight, and who are you?
I'm Steve McNeil, and I've done a poo in your kitchen.
We're not
And-
having spooky names.
Oh, we should have
Like The
spooky
Simpsons.
names. What's your spooky name, Simon?
Simon Spooky John.
What's your spooky name over there?
Ian Spooky Dransfield.
What's your spooky name?
If we were going to do this, we'd have prepared before we started. I'm Steve McNeil.
Well, I'm Chris
Spooky
Spooky
Name.
Slight.
Fuck me.
So unoriginal, Chris. Or should I say spooky?
Steve McSqueal.
Nice.
That's the sort of thing, but
Ian
better than that.
drains blood in a field.
Yeah, that's good.
Nice. You've
Well,
got a really good
my
Twitter
Twitter
one.
is Sive Moan Wrong.
That's really good.
Christ on a bike.
I have no idea what I would call mine. That's why I haven't done it.
I've got a name for you, but I'm not allowed to say it on air. We've agreed.
Shit
yeah.
shy. You never said I could.
He'll cut that.
I won't because he's editing this one.
Oh no.
This is when you can finally
No, you
get it
can't
in.
put that in. Well, I didn't say it, so it's not my
mate,
fault.
it-
Ghostly spite.
Ghostly spite.
Or something that rhymes with Chris. Piss
Smite.
slight.
Smite.
Smite slight. Smite ghost.
Like how the first one was like spooky related, the second was just piss like.
Yay! This is going really well.
Your name sounds like bodily excretions
Does it?
when you change the words a bit.
That's a shame. Isn't
Piss smite.
it? Piss
Piss
smite.
Piss
Piss
shite.
shite.
Well, let's move things along rapidly. This is taking
Hang
a
on,
turn.
give us a minute.
We're on to something good here.
We're all getting a
more,
bit
there's more.
scared.
Yeah, I'm scared for my dignity. Right, let's.
You what?
No, I know. Let's talk about and what we're gonna talk about.
Tit
And let's
shite.
all do it. No.
A bit shite.
Bitch.
This isn't going well at all. This is only scary for me.
So this is all your worst nightmares coming
Yeah.
true. Oh,
Missed.
come on, this is...
This is horror. Missed flight.
Missed flight.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ian.
Yeah.
Piss
I can
shite's
see
better.
you thought of one. You look like you thought of one.
I just like that one.
Oh, okay, good. Anyway, we're going to talk about.
Fist tight.
Thanks. I'm
I'm
glad
going to keep doing it every time you try to talk.
Well, this is going to be a while. If I know you want to go home, so eventually you want to.
Not as much as I want to do this. Go on, that's it. That's all of them.
It's not going to be, is it? But anyway, spooky games. Spooky games. I want to talk about spooky games because it's Halloween. Spooky games.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it is.
Spooky.
Spooky games.
Oh, that's more an enthusiastic
It
ghost.
is. Oh, you look like you was going to.
No, I was having a cough.
That's an ill
I
ghost.
don't know about this.
Had a little cough.
Wonderful. Anyway, spooky, scary games, and
Our favourites.
your favourites, the ones that scared you the most.
Yeah.
Least scary ones.
Hey, why not? Who knows what we're
Yeah.
going to do? But I'm going to begin
Okay.
Oh, all right.
with Ian.
What?
That's right, the fear in your eyes, because you know you have to talk about spooky games. Your favourite games that have spooked you right out.
I don't really like scary games.
Hey.
I don't either, but I get a weird enjoyment out of trying to play them, though I'm shit at them.
Do you like horror movies? Because I really like horror
Yes,
movies. I
I
like
love
being scared.
No, not really. I don't like being scared. But having said that, I have played quite a lot of like survival horror games and stuff over the years. But very few of them have scared me so utterly as Silent Hill 2.
Silent Hill 2 is a bloody scary one.
I know everybody talks about it as being the scariest and blah, 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 but it's deserving of its reputation. It's fucking
They all
psychological horror.
I haven't played any of them in a very long time. They all merge into one. Is 2 the one with Pyramid Head?
Yes.
Okay. There we go.
I am not particularly familiar with the Silent Hill franchise. I've never really played them. So, what is it about 2 that makes it such a scary, horrible thing?
It's because
We're far enough along. We could, don't listen to this because we're going to talk about old games.
Yeah,
if you
if
haven't played them.
you're if you complain about spoilers in like a 15-year-old game,
Go home.
get a grip.
Yeah. No one likes you.
He was a ghost. He was dead all along.
He was dead. Well, his wife was dead all along. It's a guy gets a letter from his deceased wife. He thinks she's dead, saying, "I'm at her favourite spot, which is Silent Hill." So he goes there to try and find her. And when he gets there, it goes a bit tits up, and it's this horrifying town full of not very many people and lots of horrible, like truly disgusting monsters. And like, it was the game that introduced the. Have you seen the film?
Yes.
No. I love the
So
film.
the film has the evil demon nurses on it, and they're all just like huge tits pressed up, and they're actually quite sexy. In Silent Hill 2, they're actually horrifying, and you don't want to go anywhere near them because they move weird and they look horrible.
You
and-
found them sexy, huh?
yeah,
Okay. Carry on.
you know, tits.
All right.
He's a simple man.
Fair enough, man. You know.
And yeah, it's less about. I mean, the stuff in it that it
Tit
shows.
fright.
Tit fright.
Another one on your
yes.
name. Just tying in with what he's saying. Just thought of it.
So-
Sorry, Chris. Carry on.
It's less about what it shows you with the enemies, and they're horrific, and like it's obviously you get a few jump scares and you get a few times when you don't want to go through a door because you know there'll be something horrible on the other side and blah blah blah. But it is the story that does it for me because it's one of those where it slowly dawns on you what's actually going on, and there's a little bit of like after the fact reading up on things that I did, but it sticks with you.
Yeah.
It's basically the lead character, I've forgotten his name, James something, I think. Silent Hill is a manifestation of his guilt over the fact that I believe he murdered his wife. It just toys with themes like that, and I think it took quite a while for it to dawn on people how deep it goes, how intelligent it is, relatively speaking, for a video game.
Yeah.
Going back to it, the game itself plays like shit these days.
Sure.
It's like early-ish days survival horror, and it's not great for it. And the HD re-release was not done very well, but it's worth having a look at.
The story's still there.
Yeah, the story is still there, and it's fantastic. And certain elements about it just scare the shit out of me.
What you said there, actually, about you saying, do I like horror films? You said there's a bit, like, you come to a bit and you don't want to go through it through a door because you know something's on the other side. That's the difference between a horror game and a film to me. A film, they're going through that door and I've got no choice about it. But I can never really bring myself to be brave enough to make a character go through it, and that's what scares me the most.
Well, and actually, if you're talking about going through doors, that like obviously PT, the demo for the
every
Silent Hills
time
game,
we went
there's
through the door.
a lot of doors there that you had to go through. I've sat and looked at doors for ages in that game and not gone anywhere. So, which of you guys have played PT? Have you? You've all.
I would imagine everyone's played PT.
I
It's
haven't
brilliant.
because I'm a tremendous coward.
Oh. Well, so am I, but I was forced to sit and watch that game being played by my girlfriend. I didn't want
It's
to.
a healthy relationship.
Well, she was just like, I cannot play it without someone in the room, but I really want to play it. And I was like, oh,
Yeah.
fine. And it's masterful in how scared it makes you. The
yeah.
middle section, if you don't know what you're doing, drags a little bit and is a bit like, ugh. But
Yeah, there's a lot of that game.
That
where-
first
that was
bit-
only a demo.
it was really well
It
done.
was a demo for something that's never going to happen.
I
it
got,
kind of is,
yeah.
though.
Is it?
Alison Road.
Who?
Oh, well, Alison Road.
She's coming round in a minute. She's...
Alison Road is a Kickstarter. I think it was Kickstarter that was very much basically saying, here's PT because the other game's been cancelled, and then they got a fair amount of money for it. And then now, and if you look at videos online, actually, have you played Gone Home?
A bit.
Yes.
It's very much like that style, where it's like PT and it's visuals and it looks really incredible. But you go around and basically you're picking up objects all the time. You're looking at stuff and whatever. But yeah, it did pretty well on its Kickstarter, but then now Team 17 are actually going to publish it. So they just scrapped the Kickstarter, and Team 17 are going to make it with them.
Has it
with
got
these creators.
Del Toro involved?
No, it doesn't.
Wow, I'm not interested. He's not going to have weird monsters with eyes on their hands.
I think it will. The trailer that I've watched anyway scared the shit out of me. So I'm probably not going to play Alton Road, but your girlfriend Chris will, and she'll probably make me play it at some point.
She probably will.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably will play it.
Although, when does it come
but
out?
It's good though. I don't know. It's very early days.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, hopefully in time.
But there's proof of concept there. You can watch video of it,
Okay.
and it does look good. It looks really
What's it called?
good. Allison Road.
That's what. Yeah, I'll take a peek at that. But yeah, so you were saying with your girlfriend playing it and you were watching along. I had a sort of similar thing with it. I got to. I don't really want to give spoilers away for PT because you haven't played it. You still could go and.
I
have a
can't
go.
anymore.
Well, if you've downloaded it
I've
but not had the
got it on
balls
my
yet,
computer.
so I won't. But there
PS4
was
really.
a thing that happened in it where I went, that's enough of that, and walked away from it. So that I ended up with the lights on, watching a YouTube playthrough on my computer. In the way that sometimes when I watch a scary movie, if it's getting a bit too much from watching it on the old laptop, rather than watch it full screen, there's something about going window mode that makes it less scary. I don't know if that's just me.
Because you've got like little flashing adverts.
Well, you've
around
got
the
like
side of it.
YouTube border, or you've got your desktop. There's something about going. It's just a video in a place
'cause
that helps.
It's like it's a bit further away.
It's a distancing thing.
Yeah, and this makes it a bit.
So I watched it
smaller.
windowed
friendlier.
in YouTube to
I've just had
complete
an
it.
idea for like a great horror short on YouTube that's specifically made for YouTube. You make the borders like kind of wider than they should be around the edges, so it's actually in the video, but you can't really tell. And then you have like hands reaching around the borders, so it looks like it's coming out of the video at you.
That sounds terrifying.
Yeah, I've just made myself do a little poo.
That sounds like something that'd be in the Goosebumps movie when that comes out.
Yeah.
Nice.
Old Stein. My girlfriend, after she finished playing PT, sat and stayed up till 5 a.m. watching other people play it on YouTube.
Right. Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
she was so obsessed with watching people play it, she wanted to watch me play it really badly because she knew that I'd react badly. So because I didn't have a PlayStation camera to film myself, she had her Mac and her laptop. On one of them she FaceTimed me so she could see my face. Then she Skyped me on my laptop, which I was pointing at the screen, so she had a control center of my face all over her screen so that she could watch every reaction from every
I
angle.
mean, we're painting a dreadful picture of your girlfriend. I don't know.
She really liked PT.
She fucking loved PT.
Yeah, she really got into it, and yeah, she was very much like, "Oh God, I can't wait to see Simon play it," because she's told a few stories of you playing scary games and just completely losing your shit with
I
fear.
break down. But there's just this odd enjoyment about it of being that scared. Not on my own. I've never played it on my own. But when you're surrounded by people, it's just quite fun and silly.
Reminds you you're alive.
Yes, it does remind me I'm alive.
You just reminded me of another one that we put on the Oculus Rift. There's one.
Oh, the kitchen thing.
It's one. No, you're I don't know if it's a kitchen one or not, but you're in a house. But so when you put the Oculus Rift on, I can't remember what it's called. It's one of Rob's ones. You put the Oculus Rift on, and you're in a lounge. So you're sat on a sofa in a lounge in the game, and the character is holding a games controller. So you are holding a games controller sat down on your sofa, but in the game, that environment is created. And you start to play a computer game on the TV in the game, and it's a haunted story. But then as things happen in the
God, I know
game on the
what's gonna
telly,
happen here.
things happen in the house. So there's
I don't know how
there's
bad it
noises
is.
Oh, no.
there's noises in your ears, footsteps and things. At one point the door, the house door swings
That's pretty
open.
clever.
It's fucked up.
That's like following the
don't-
little line on the screen, and then
Yeah.
the thing going "Ah!" like that because you're like, I'm just playing this
Yeah.
game, and then suddenly.
No, it is because you just immerse yourself and you're playing a game on the telly,
Yeah.
and then shit happens in the house you're in. It's so scary.
I remember being offered the chance, and this is related to this, don't worry. I remember being offered the chance to play Alien Isolation in VR.
On the Rift,
and
yeah.
And I just refused because I knew
Sounds dreadful.
playing that, my brain would just go into like full fight or flight.
Don't think you'd be able to handle that one.
No, I wouldn't. It's like, early days of cinema with the train coming at the screen and people running away. It'd be like that with me. I wouldn't be able to separate it.
Yeah.
Something like that that's specifically made for VR as a horror thing, so it takes full advantage of it.
it's amazing.
My brain would just
Too
give
much.
up, and I'd just eject my bowels all over everything. And
But
it'd
yeah.
be slightly embarrassing.
But as we're talking about horror games, I think the Oculus Rift is a very good example with that game of the way that the potential for horror game stuff with VR.
Potential for things that
seen,
I will avoid.
to really fuck with your head permanently and make you really sad.
seen
forever.
it.
It'll give people
Slenderman.
PTSD.
Yeah, basically.
I've seen Slenderman played on an Oculus Rift, and that looked horrible.
What's the mechanic for that? How does it play?
Slender.
Have you played Slenderman?
I haven't played it.
First
No.
person.
Right,
view,
so
and you've got a
Slenderman.
torch.
Do you know what it is?
I know what Slender Man is as a thing. I don't
Okay,
know.
right,
I
so
don't
He
know.
the
is
game-
Slender Man.
It's from Slender Man is from the Something Awful forums.
Yes.
which I've been a member of forever.
Yes, so it's.
So I remember that was just shit Photoshop pictures. It's all got out of hand, really.
Well,
Hasn't
now
it?
it's a super scary horror game. So you walk around a forest and you've got to find notes. There's 8 notes hidden around this world. You haven't got much. You can't see very far, but the more notes that you pick up in the game, the more aggressive the Slenderman is.
Great. Well, don't pick him up then.
Don't pick him up. That's probably the best thing. But he appears basically. You'll be walking around. You'll suddenly just be standing there, not doing anything, but you're not meant to look at him.
Yeah,
You're meant to turn
yeah.
around quickly, and he just gets more and more aggressive and gets more the closer to you. The more notes that you find, and so if you can imagine that on Oculus Rift, where you're walking around a forest and wherever you're looking, Slenderman might be there, and then suddenly he's right in your face,
And then you do a poo.
It's
it looked
terrifying.
terrifying, and I don't.
Sounds dreadful.
I probably wouldn't be able to handle that.
One of
Oh,
the
you-
earlier Slenderman games, like the first one that you could play in a browser or something.
Was
I
that
think it was.
Slender? Was
I
that
think it was
the...
just Slender.
Slender,
Yeah.
That's what I thought it was
yeah.
called.
Yeah.
One of the guys I used to work with, Matt Deeble, was recorded playing it, and it got to a point where Slenderman popped up in front of him, and he screamed and literally ran off.
Yeah, that's
And
probably
that
that's
wasn't
appropriate.
VR. That was just playing it on a computer screen.
It is
He
terrifying.
literally ran away.
Well, it creates. I mean, if anyone has been in a wood at night, which I imagine
I
most
have.
people have
I
at
grew
this
up
stage.
next to a lot of wooded
I
wooded
grew up
areas.
near woods as well, so I've.
Me too.
Exactly, we've all been in woods late at
We're
night.
all country bumpkins.
Yeah,
I've been in the woods.
it's more ominous when you,
You
say
hero.
it. Like, I don't know why.
I was really
I've been in
tall
the
and had
woods.
long arms and a white face.
I had mittens on
Following
string.
someone who was picking
Yeah.
up paper.
But you identify straight away with the atmosphere of being in the woods late at night, of there being no one
Yeah,
there
yeah,
and stuff
yeah,
like that. So to then add the element of like, oh no, there really is a thing in here that you've got no control over that's just gonna do God knows what to you. Then it's just like,
I just while you were talking about, I remembered another one on Gear VR. You know, you can do the sound
Yes.
from Gear, you can do the VR thing, and that. There's one called Dread Halls. You know, in Doctor Who, the is it the Weeping Angels or whatever they are, the
Yes, the
statues?
statues.
that only move when you're not looking at
Yep.
them. This game Dread Halls, it's one of the things is like those,
Jesus.
but it's a randomly generated place that you've got to try to find a key and then get out, like a random maze. But you'll go into different rooms, and there will either be like horrible monsters that run you, but one of them is like Weeping Angels, where you go into the room, and obviously it's like
God.
you're there in the Gear VR.
So
with
you
your
have to
headphones on.
escape, but you have to
Well, you
look
go
at
in and you go in a room and you see one, so then you sort of got to back yourself out, but eventually you'll have to turn to go down a corridor, and then obviously every time you turn around, it's coming towards you like this. That's really horrible.
Oh,
VR games with scary things are making
Yeah.
you
it's
do
gonna
poo.
be the scariest shit.
Yeah, it's a great use of the tech though.
Yeah.
You're going to
If
see
you like
me,
that sort of thing.
Yeah, you're going to see me in a year like some angry US senator who doesn't know what he's talking about, decrying these as the death of civilization as we
I've
know
never
it.
played one, but I hate them.
Yeah, I've never played them, and I never will play them, but I hate them, and they should be banned because they're going to kill people.
yeah, people
That's,
are going to go
that's what
crazy
I'm
and
going
kill
to
each
say.
other.
I'm going to be rent a quote for that kind of shit.
It's going to be
this
like,
time
are you
next
sure, Mr. Games Senator, that you don't just mean you're going to go crazy and you're going to get... No!
Irrelevant.
Nothing to do with that. People will. Yeah, no, VR is... I want nothing to do with that. It seems terrifying.
It's worth it's worth dipping your toe in because it is amazing. But
I would like to have a go. I know I'll cry, but I would like to have a go.
you need to do it in a room where you've got friendly people who aren't going to fuck with you and like poke you.
Yeah.
Supportive.
yeah,
people.
the worst.
Do it in a room of nice people because
Yeah.
you will have a heart attack.
Difficult to do. Find supportive people though.
Yeah, I mean we shouldn't do it with us because
Yeah.
We'd all just fuck each other over immediately.
I wouldn't do it with you.
Oh, I'd definitely try to make you cry,
Yeah,
and I know that in
exactly.
myself.
You all
I'd want
would.
to make you
Yeah.
sad.
If
and
he
that's
had to
okay.
resort to waiting until you were taking the eye thing off and just having his knob out in front of you.
just resting on your shoulder.
I thought that was your... I was like, occasionally I'd just go, yeah, thanks, Steve.
Thanks, Steve.
You can't see that on the podcast. It's just me patting my arm on what I
Yeah.
thought was a hand
There,
on my
there,
shoulder.
Chris.
Thanks,
There,
man. Thanks. Finger
So
keeps getting
Resident
bigger.
Evil, that's another scary game. Let's move away from that. We should talk about that series.
Yeah, we should. Resident Evil, I've played a lot of Resident Evils. I don't
Never
know if
really
I've ever...
scared me. Made me
no,
jump.
I was about to say, made me jump. Even when I was a kid, when
I mean,
remember...
from the fourth one, it hasn't been a horror game.
No, it's been an action
Well,
game.
yeah, I suppose a third of Resi 6 was a horror game, but that's because they kind of went back to
It was
that. But
horrifically bad, am I
4,
right?
5, and 2/3 of
Ew.
6. It wasn't horrifically bad.
I've
sure.
only ever actually properly.
6. What was 6?
5 wasn't very good.
5 was.
They've all been all right.
5's
No.
the one.
Six was nowhere near as bad
6
as
was all right until I
people
realised I
thought.
had to do like 4 more campaigns. So I was like, no, I've done enough
It was,
now.
it was 3 campaigns, wasn't it? 'Cause
It was,
it
yeah,
was
it was a
one that
lot.
was like traditional Resident Evil,
Yes.
one that was like Resi 4,
Yeah.
and one that was like something I don't remember.
I think I played the Resi 4 like one co-op, and then me and the person I'm playing with were just like, yeah, we're probably done now. Like, we've done this.
The first one, I mean, I adored. I preferred the second one, but the first one was actually kind of had more of the horror feel to it.
The first one.
But it was all basically jump scares. It was, the hounds
through
of
the
hell
window.
jumping through the window. It was a zombie that you thought was dead on the floor grabbing your ankle. It was the one time a zombie figures out how to open a door, that kind of thing.
But it's easy to be dismissive of it. But when that game came out, that was just
totally.
a new thing.
Oh,
Like, no-
yeah.
I mean, the tank controls were horseshit, but
Yes.
I learned to love them.
you just had to learn to use them.
Yes.
Yeah.
I only ever played 5 with another person, so I've never actually played it on my own. I really enjoyed it.
5 was. I enjoyed that. I played it co-op as well.
I didn't like
it. was
it.
enjoyable.
Did you play it on your own or with someone?
Yeah, on my own. Yeah.
Yeah, so with
I
the
can't
is a
say it's as
co-op
good on your own.
yeah, because I never yet. haven't played it
Sheva's
on my own.
shit. Like her AI.
Yes,
is
that's
just
all I've
shit.
heard.
Yeah.
So I'm glad I played it through with another person. 'Cause it did seem like that was the way
way
they
to do
wanted you to play it as well.
The only time I played it in multiplayer was with an online co-op partner. I just set it to open so anyone
Oh,
could
so
join.
anyone
it.
could join, yeah.
And another guy or girl joined in, and all they did was run ahead, kill all the enemies, and point me towards all the good stuff to pick up.
Oh,
I was like,
wow,
I'm
thanks.
not playing the game.
Yeah,
This isn't
so
actually
much fun.
I appreciate you actually being quite helpful and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, like,
but,
there's the stuff. You're like,
but it's
yeah,
not fun.
Can I kill a zombie?
Yeah,
please?
he was just running through. Bang, bang, bang,
It's
bang,
like
bang,
playing
bang.
That's a
a
shame.
game with someone who's already finished it.
Yeah.
It's not as much fun. You're just like,
Resi
you
4,
already
obviously,
know.
one of the best games ever made, and blah blah blah. But not really a horror game.
No.
Horror themes to it, but didn't scare me. I mean, it had the little Napoleon guy who lived in like some wee beastie
Yeah,
that had
that was
big arms
odd.
and stuff. It was strange.
Yeah.
I never found Resident Evil scary though. Like scary. Like you say jump scares, but I think this was a time before Silent Hill.
Yeah.
And that came not long after.
It was only about a year before.
Yeah,
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 Well, the
but-
first Silent Hill was just a massive Resident Evil ripoff.
It was, but it definitely had more of like a.
It had the atmosphere,
spooky. Yeah.
and it. I mean, part of the atmosphere was the fog, which they did because the PlayStation couldn't
Draw
Couldn't
fire.
handle it.
draw fire.
Yeah.
But yeah, it definitely had. I mean, actually, Resident Evil had good atmosphere to it, the music and
It did.
everything, and
Actually, you know what? I say that it definitely did. Now I'm remembering the music from things like Resident Evil 2 and things like that. I remember finding that like foreboding.
I
and
think
spooky
They're
at the
creepy.
time.
yeah, the
I
first
say that now,
playthrough.
but I think I did find it.
The first playthrough,
Scared.
you're hesitant and you're worried about what's next, and you will be
Yeah.
scared as a result of that. But there's no real payoff to it apart from a few jump scares.
No.
So
I think-
with hindsight, not the scariest thing, but it was initially like, oh shit.
That's the
Yeah.
thing for me is I think back when it first came out, that was very like games for grown-ups was a weird novelty anyway, and because you didn't know how those things worked then. The gameplay was very tentative. Whereas I know when the remastered one came out, I had to do a bit for it, and I just piled through it because it's like I know how this game works. Even the dog jumping through the window is not going to scare me. Like you engage with them differently now because we know what the rules are of those
we're
games
used
now,
to it.
so they have to
And
behave differently. Whereas that
it
one
was
didn't.
making the rules. Back
Exactly.
then. Yeah.
Exactly.
The scariest bits of the originals to me were the bits towards the end when you had the 5-minute countdown and you had to move quickly.
Yeah.
Because wrestling those fucking controls while
Moving
there's a counter
quickly was
going.
not
Walking into
easy.
walls and doors and waiting for the camera to change.
Why are you running at a corner? Go round it, Jill. But we've got through minutes of talking about it, and I haven't even said Barry Burton.
Barry
I know I talked about
You like
Barry in the
Barry
PlayStation thing,
Yeah.
but
He looks
Barry
like he was
Burton's
eaten by a crow or something.
greatest character in anything of all time ever. Fact.
Yeah, no, I carry.
Fact, you
Carry.
say.
Fact.
Yep.
Fact.
No challenge from me.
Hope this is not Chris's blood.
Did any of you ever play Project Zero?
I
Yes.
have not played Project Zero.
Yes.
That was one of the horror games that I actively gave up on
It
because
is.
it scared me too much.
Oh,
I
really?
think-
So I'd like it then.
So I think the mechanic in Project Zero or Fatal Frame, whatever it's called in
Is that the one
America-
where you take pictures of
Yes,
things?
I think that is a
I
brilliant
hate
idea.
It's a great idea, but I hate it.
Yeah, it's like having a horror game which forces you to look at all the worst things,
Yeah.
and hold it there. Brilliant idea.
Did I see? Is there a Wii U version of that?
There is
Yes,
now,
coming
yeah.
out. Yeah.
See, I need to
Or
get on
is
that with the gamepad and poo myself in my.
The closer they get
Absolutely.
to you, you have this magical camera that damages the ghost.
camera obscura.
The
Yeah,
closer
yeah.
they get to you, the more damage you do. So you have to keep them in frame, and you have to wait for them to get as close as they can.
And then bonk.
And that's just nah.
With the
and,
game-
then, and then so much going on when you're walking through a room and something just in the top corner of the screen goes past you, and you're like, "Oh, fuck off!"
That's that
Stop
exact thing is
it.
exactly it. And none of it actually. Even though I think the first one was on the PS2, I believe.
Yeah.
It really looked good. Like the way the ghosts moved and the ideas for them, they're genuinely horrible.
Yeah.
And really well done, I think.
And it's one of those where the majority of the undead, the spectres in it and whatever, are just, benevolent or ignorant.
Yeah.
You don't interact with the majority of things on it, but they still scare the shit out of you.
Yeah. So surely the Wii U is going to be a perfect platform for it.
Should
So
be, yeah.
apparently,
gonna be
I was just,
horribly scary.
Yeah, I was just reading about it. I think the reviews have just come out about it today. As well,
really?
I believe.
We're recording this in advance.
Yeah. You use the Wii U pad as the camera.
Yeah.
So it is a brilliant idea for
I
it.
might need to have a go on that.
I'm going to have a go, yeah. The actual gameplay itself, outside of the actual sort of fights, it's very Resident Evil. It's tank controls again, these people, there's a run button, but all they do is like walk a little bit faster. Come on, there's a fucking terrible ghost chasing you.
There's
Run.
the I think it's the intro to maybe the second one. I don't
With the
remember.
twins.
Yeah, it is the second one. Yeah, with the twins. The intro, they're walking up to this spooky mansion thing where the game is set, and one of the twins is walking and looks up, and it's a close-up shot of her face, and she feels a hand on her shoulder, and she goes and puts her hand on
Is
the
it
hand,
Steve's Willie again.
and then her twin just walks past her, and she's still got the hand. there. It's, oh,
Dun,
fuck
dun,
off!
dun.
Straight away, you're doing this
Yeah.
shit to me. It's scaring the fucking crap out
Yeah.
of me.
It is.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I think it's personally my most terrifying, hateful game.
I need to pick up the Wii U and then have a go at that. That sounds right up my street.
Yeah, apparently it's good as well. It's not fantastic, but I think IGN gave it a 7.
Yeah.
That doesn't
the
mean
ho-
anything, though.
No. But
I've learned nothing about the game from that.
the horror is still there, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah.
Just the rest is just a bit. And the stories aren't really that great in those games at all. They are very, very
Yeah,
dry.
it's
You're
just
not
a
there for
thin
the
setup
plot.
to
Yeah.
be why you're in this.
Yeah,
To
exactly.
freak yourself out doing the
And that's
photo
fine.
takey thing.
That's fine because the game is scary, and I think that it
that's its
achieves-
job.
And
That's what it's for.
Yeah.
It's kind of set piece based, but they're kind of organic set pieces.
Yes.
They react to you.
Yeah.
And the ghost coming at you and the camera and shit is
yeah.
a response to you. So you're kind of scaring yourself in a way.
Yeah. Oh, they are terrifying, but I do love them.
Yeah. To throw a curveball in, I don't know if it would really be appropriate because it's not quite a horror game, but just one that's recent that is maybe worthy of discussion is Rapture.
Everybody's gone to the Rapture.
Yeah.
Still haven't played it. I need to
Haven't
get around to
you?
it. I'd like that.
There's a definite element of horror to like waking up in a very, very English village and there just be nobody around.
Yeah.
I mean, I grew up in a small town and I know what it's like to walk through the streets when there aren't people around.
Yeah.
But you could always walk past like the Woodman pub near my mum's house and see lots of old men in there playing pool and stuff.
Yeah.
And the fact that you're walking around a very recognisable area
Yeah.
and there's no one around apart from these glowing orbs of light and stuff
Yeah.
it's uncittling
It's like
rather than outright scary.
Little touches as well, like if anybody hasn't played it, turn your ears off for 30 seconds. But like the cigarettes in the ashtray, like when you get the idea that someone was just there,
Yeah.
and they've just gone, that I found very unsettling. That
Yeah.
yeah,
You've just missed them.
yeah.
Where is
But they're not anywhere to be found. But yeah,
Oh, they've all gone to the Rapture.
I've been meaning. Spoilers. Yeah, I'm looking forward to. Playing over Gone to the Rapture.
It's a bit
It's great.
dull.
oh, I
Oh, is
disagree.
it?
I think it is a bit dull.
I really like
But maybe I just need to be in the right mindset.
Yeah,
So
maybe.
I played Gone Home, and I kept waiting for something to happen in that
It's got
game.
that atmosphere, isn't it?
Yeah, is everybody Gone to the Rapture like that? Then
Yes.
you're just constantly waiting.
Yeah.
And does that make-
You're pursuing things that
You're,
you see
you're
in the
following
game
a
world.
narrative. It's quite
You're
on rails.
quite literally following a narrative at points.
Yeah.
The glowing orbs that you have to go up and trigger kind
Yeah.
of thing to get an
Okay.
idea
It's
of what's
the thing
going on.
that I play it with my wife. My wife doesn't really play games, but she enjoys that sort of thing. And so, if you think of it as a 6-hour-long interactive book,
Interactive novel kind of thing. Yeah, definitely.
then it's good.
Yeah.
It's really good. It's fascinating and fine. And if you're willing to just wander off and find little nuggets of the story, it's a really well told story in a way that stories aren't normally told.
Yeah.
But it's not a game.
And being people from this island that we are from, it's if you've ever been to anywhere small town UK,
Correct,
you
right, yeah.
know what it's like, and
it does look- and it looks
nail
beautiful.
It.
It
It's
looks
beautiful,
beautiful.
and they nail it. Like
Okay.
the atmosphere, what everything looks like, what the pubs look like, what the houses look like.
Yeah.
And then when you're getting little snippets of the backstory and stuff, but yeah, the horror thing isn't a big thing in it, but I do agree it has elements.
Get under a blanket with a partner and, play it on a boring, a rainy Sunday afternoon instead of watching a movie. It's
Yeah.
that sort of thing.
Okay.
Yeah. It's good.
I didn't need to play it. I'm very intrigued by the whole idea of it. I do like those sort of thing, those sort of biblical tales come real kind of spookiness. I like that.
I think I'll stick with the unsettling thing because that's just what it is. It's a
Yeah.
very normal
Yeah,
situation,
yeah.
but with
I prefer that.
abnormal
I don't
going
don't
on.
like jump scares.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it
I'm
won't
not a
bother you
fan
that.
of that.
It's not
Yeah,
that.
I
It's just a
prefer
general
more of a
feeling in the back of your head of this
feel
isn't
of
right.
unease. Yeah, I like that. Or aliens. Aliens terrify me. And by
Aliens terrify me. I've tried to explain this to my girlfriend many times. They're one of my legitimate fears.
Is it little grey aliens?
It's any alien.
Ah, okay. Maybe
It's- it's-
specifically,
it's
it's,
the
little
quote.
grey aliens.
It's the
really?
quote.
Gralians.
Is it from,
Yeah.
I think it might be Stephen Hawking or something. It's like if any
William.
civilization was technologically advanced enough to get to Earth,
Yeah,
they
but
would see
what's he
us
know
as
about?
like Columbus or the Native Americans and just go over there and bash their skulls in and take their land.
The thing is, though, he's just guessing. I mean, just because he is super intelligent does
There's an
not
error
lend
in his
any
programming. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying I don't know.
Are you calling bullshit on Hawking? Are you offering him out?
I don't think that's a
you
scientific
saying-
theory. I think that's just a theory.
Are you saying that a massively advanced civilization coming from another world to us
May
would
not
not,
even
would not
be-
just see us as fucking insects and crushers under their
We have
space
no
boot?
idea. To quote Rimmer, that's the thing about aliens. They're alien. Like, they could turn up and just be gas. Like, we have no idea what they're going to be.
I've had that
Anyway,
argument with
this is
someone
nothing to do with.
But
spooky.
I
I do find little grey aliens terrifying.
speaking of the unsettling feeling,
Yes.
the XCOM games recently.
Yeah.
I've never played in it.
They have an
got that
unsettling
right
air
vibe.
about them before you discover the aliens. It's like they're in the dark, you hear them skittering about and stuff. It's not outright horror by any means, but
You're scared of aliens.
Changes the way you play.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You're more cautious. I mean, you're more cautious because you'll die if you get shot quite
good
quickly.
reason to be.
But also because you don't really want to know what's out there. And what's out there isn't out there anymore. It's out there. It doesn't work so much without being able to see the hands. That I'm
No,
doing.
but his hands got bigger when he said out there.
Yeah.
It was really impressive.
I liked the noise.
It's
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's, I don't know, I'm kind of veering off in another direction because why not?
Hey, this is a conversation.
Game friends,
we're
mate.
game
just-
friends
friends.
that do games. That's what it always says.
Coming back to my brain after Fatal Frame, Project Zero, whatever it's called, that is one horror game that was too much for me and I had to give up. The other one was Silent Hill 4, which would probably surprise a lot of people who are fans of the series and
What
stuff.
one was
'cause
that?
That was the one where you are locked in your flat, your apartment.
Oh, I never played that one, but it looked cool.
It's like first person when you're in your apartment, which is weird. And then you go through a hole in your bathroom, which teleports you to the world of Silent Hill, where everything's a bit fucked up. As the game progresses, as you'd expect, the world of Silent Hill starts encroaching on what is your safe space.
What?
Like you go back to your apartment and that's where you save the game, and when you save the game you get healed
That's
and
where
all
you're
this kind of
safe.
stuff. And then as the game progresses, there's things like, if I remember correctly, when you save your game you don't get healed anymore. And there's something weird. You look out of your window because it's like there's a living world going on around your around your apartment and you just can't interact with it.
Yeah.
That's the actual story, is like you're trapped in there and no one seems to know or care. And you look out the window and the world's going by and stuff. Then one point you look out of the window and a disembodied head falls past the side. It's like, huh. But the point that got me, there's a little hole in the wall that you can look through. And initially I was like, well, this is a bit pervy because your female, what do you call it? Neighbor.
Neighbour.
Of course,
There
it's a
you go.
woman you can perv over. It's a game. I
She's
forgot.
you know, you look through and he's trying to get her
She
attention,
gets
shouting at her and
changed
stuff.
at that
and
point.
Just
can't
so
remember if
happens.
she gets
I mean, I
changed
haven't
at
really
any
played it, but I'm
But
imagining
she
something.
does things like she's
I know
wearing loads,
games.
is she?
she's
Yeah.
doing chores, she's sweeping up, she's watching TV and stuff. And you can't get her
knickers.
attention.
Because games.
Short shorts,
Yeah.
probably.
Sure.
Nah, go on. Sorry.
You can't get her attention, and you keep on looking through with in the vain hope that maybe she'll see you
See
and
an
you'll get
eyeball
rescued
looking through an
from
eye.
this.
They go, "Oh, hello."
Yeah, like that wouldn't be terrifying.
Why don't you
Anyway.
come in here?
So she's got, it's either her bed or her sofa or something, and she's got some stuffed toys on it. And one of them is the pink rabbit, which is in Silent Hill 3 and maybe 2, I can't remember, but I think it's just in 3. And it's just they're just there, they're just cuddly toys and stuff. And then one time I go over later into the game, I look through, and I'm just casually looking around, not really paying attention to much. And then I catch sight of this fucking rabbit sat there pointing straight at me. And I just went, nope, pad down,
No,
console
no, no.
off, not playing that shit.
Bye.
No.
Fuck you.
Done.
Fuck you.
That sound, see, I hear that and I go, that sounds brilliant.
It's not a super great game or anything, but I do think it gets unfairly lambasted.
Yeah, well, and things like that, you've got to give something credit. If it can get under your skin like that does,
It totally
you've
did.
You've got to give that a round of applause.
It has these.
That's done its job.
The standard enemy in it is like a zombie kind of thing that doesn't walk. Its legs are bent back at the knee and it hovers at you, and you can't kill them. So you're always on the back foot. It's
Sounds amazing.
fucking ugh.
Ooh.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's a bit much.
To go less frightening, another series to maybe have a look at, House of the Dead.
I mean, you say
Yeah, look
less
at the
frightening,
smiles
that's
just
like,
happen. Well, no, because you just stood there with a gun.
yeah,
firing
there's
things,
no
aren't you?
fright.
Yeah.
Gee.
Three.
Why?
Two.
Which one's the one with the shotgun in the arcade? Because you could reload it like, chug, chug, like
See, I
throw
only
it
really
up
played
in
them
the
a lot
air.
on the old Wii.
So you didn't have the one that was
Shoot
machine
guns.
guns?
No.
Because you could put £2 in, get both machine guns, and just be going.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
Not really scary.
Did you play Overkill?
Yes.
Oh, with the
that's an
F-bombs everywhere.
amazing game.
Overkill's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had that several times when a friend comes over and you've got the Wii, but you don't want to play boring Wii games.
All the
That's a
swears.
great one to
mad
get out.
shit on.
It's really fun.
All the swears.
I've
in
only
that
played
game are
Typing
perfect.
of the Dead out of all of them. It's the only one I've
I love
played.
that that's a
that?
thing that exists.
That was on. Did you not? Do you know unaware of Typing of the Dead?
No.
It was on
great.
the Dreamcast because the Dreamcast came with a keyboard, and you kill enemies by they come towards you. In the same way you shoot at them, a word appears underneath them. You have to type the word
Fuck
in
off.
order to shoot them. And the best part is all the characters have little backpacks that are Dreamcasts and little keyboards in front of them on like a little
So
stand.
they're typing too.
They're typing. That's the
They-
conceit of the game.
That
is
sounds
they're
amazing.
typing.
They re-released
It's-
it on. You can get it on PC. They
Yeah.
re-released it on Steam, and they released a lot of different word packs.
Yeah.
Themed words.
Yeah.
Like themes around the words that it uses
How
in
have
it.
I got this far without knowing this
It
exists?
was really good, man. And yeah, the
You
PC
can get
version
into
I
it,
haven't played,
especially
but-
for Halloween. It's,
I will.
It's not scary.
Typing of
It's
the
not,
Dead.
but it's really
good fun.
The
It feels
weird,
like you're messing with me, like this is some elaborate joke, but I also
that's-
think it's probably true.
It was a
real.
Dreamcast game, man. There was all sorts of good stuff on the Dreamcast.
Yeah, you're right,
We had a
Dreamcast,
great time. But yeah, that was the only dead game I've played.
Yeah.
Typing off.
What other horror stuff is there?
Well, I was gonna say, one game that made me go nope was Doom 3.
really?
Enough. I know, because to most people that's not scary, but this is my tolerance of jump scares. I was playing it in the dark with.
It's a very dark game.
It's a
is.
very
We're
jump
sat
scare
in the
game.
dark. I've got it on the original Xbox. I'm sitting there with
yes.
a friend. We're both playing it, and even just picking up a power up would be like. Bang! Every time you went to pick it up, and it was like, ah! And then the very first jump scare happened, and I was already so tense, waiting for something to happen. And when it did, I was like, no, and just turned it off. I was like,
so
I'm
you-
never playing it again.
There
Done.
you go. Because I was wondering if it was a later jump scare because it relies on them so much, it totally ruins them as a
does
concept.
it?
It's like literally 90% of the rooms you go into, the doors close and some demons teleport in, and you're supposed
just
to
get to expect it.
After the 5th time, you're like, right, this is going to happen again, and then it happens another 75 times through the game. I actually enjoyed Doom 3, but
I remember watching a friend play it on PC and being amazed when it first came out. Just
it
being
did
like,
look good.
It looked great.
It was amazing when it first
Wasn't
came
as much
out.
fun as the originals, but the originals.
That used to spook me out when I was a
original
kid.
game. I
Doom
mean,
2
I played
for
it when
me.
I was about 10. Scared me, but when I got it on the PlayStation, the difference that lighting and music can make is phenomenal. It went from something that unnerved me a bit to something that actively scared me. Going through a level with the flaming background and the walking through an area that's all dark and you can't see shit because it's actually dark, and the music in the back that also has the soft, barely perceptible sounds of a baby crying in the music
No.
was
Well, Dead
yeah.
Space, Crying Babies. That's another
Dead
one.
That was going to be the next one I was going to bring up.
Yeah.
But yeah, Doom and Dead Space is another one I played, so it's a flawless segue.
Dead Space, that was another one. That the first one I borrowed off of you, Mr. Chong, and I got about 20 minutes in and was like, nah, I'm good. That's too scary for me.
I played 2, I think, the most. No, is it 2 or 3?
really good.
Whichever one at the very
Two was the one they
I
made a great
completed
action
3
game.
in co-op. That's not scary at all in co-op.
Yeah, three has Simon Templeman on it, the guy who shoots Sully in Uncharted.
Oh, is that who that
It's
is?
just a reference back to last week.
Oh, right. But yeah, Doom.
Dead Space.
Dead Space. There we go. Dead Space. Like whatever one I borrowed off of you.
I think
two,
it would have been 2 you borrowed
just,
from me.
it was too scary.
I think Dead Space did the Resident Evil 4 jump on its second game,
yeah.
where it went from not really being a horror game to an action game pretty much straight away.
Yeah.
The first game is more like traditional survival horror. It's slower, it's more plodding, it's got
Yes.
more, more jump scares and things like that, and a bit of psychological, oh, is she really dead? Who knows? She is. She's always been dead. Oh, sorry, spoiler. Whereas the second one was much more an action game. I loved the second one.
really good
I
game.
really liked the
Really
first
good
one, but
game.
I loved the second one. Didn't play the third one enough.
I'm just checking out the second one. In the opening, there's a guy whose face is right close to the camera and it explodes.
Yes.
Okay, that is the one I played.
The second one went more for like the Thing style body
yes.
horror,
Yeah.
which is, it has its place. It's actually the kind of horror that I can take because I fucking love the John Carpenter stuff, just because it's silly. But yeah, he had a lot of exploding faces and stuff.
Yeah, I really, what I played of it, I was terrified, but I did really enjoy it. But it's just another horror game that I just couldn't finish. I'm too scared.
I'm
Way too scary.
impressing myself now because I do actually finish ones that
You
you
do.
guys haven't.
Yeah, so the horror that
Yeah.
the horror that I definitely have played, and it's not really horror at all, is Luigi's Mansion.
That's
Very scary game.
terrifying.
spooky.
It is spooky.
I mean, Luigi's scared.
Who would have thought that
Ah,
Luigi's
nah.
would find his home in a spooky kids game? But there it is, and it's brilliant. It's really,
Yeah.
I really loved it.
You played the 3DS one?
Yeah.
That's really, really
yeah.
fun.
I remember the first one. I remember playing the first one. I enjoyed it, but the second one I really, really enjoyed. It was just brilliant. Have you played the 3DS one as well? No. Have you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really well
brilliant.
designed. It's just a really,
Really
good Nintendo
fun.
game.
And I think actually did make me jump a few times, which is probably a bit embarrassing because it's very childish. But it was a really well
In that,
thought out.
so it's a surprise thing. It's not. You
Yeah.
didn't have nightmares about Luigi's Mansion, or maybe you did. I'm not here to
Maybe.
judge.
Maybe the tears have never stopped.
Yeah.
They're still going. No, it was just I really liked it. It was a really fun horror that I could get behind because it's all like lovable in Nintendo.
Lovable horror.
Lovable horror.
Don't you find though? I've been playing Super Mario 3D World. Still
The well-known
going
horror
through it.
game.
Yeah.
Yep.
Don't you find though we were doing a level that was full of booze and ghosts and the skelly bone fly dudes? That's actually
dry bones.
There you go. That was actually kind of spooky. I think boos are actually kind of scary. Not like oh my god, but just the fact that like they're just advancing towards you until the second that you look at them.
I
and then
can't
they
go
cover
as
their
far
face
as
and look
scary.
scared.
Scary
Not
sounds
scary,
too
but
far.
like just
You
it
feel,
definitely
you feel
has a
your
different
heart rate go
atmosphere.
up. It's tense when a boo turns up.
Yeah, and the massive ones as well.
Yeah.
It's got a spooky atmosphere about it, which is in contrast to the rest of Mario.
Yeah, a fair few games where you have like either a scary level like the Cradle on Thief 3, Thief Deadly Shadows, which is one of the scariest levels in anything ever.
Yeah.
Just randomly in this stealth heist game. Or Fallout 3.
Oh, Fallout 3 has some
General
spooky
feeling
stuff.
of unsettledness
Dread.
again.
Yeah.
Dread.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's partly the atmosphere that the fucking world has fucking ended, you fucking numbskulls, but also going into like these so apparently abandoned vaults and
What's
going to
be in it?
And
Yeah.
it's kind
Who's
of
gonna be in
It was
it?
Well, The
actually
Last of
kind
Us
of
again, that sort of
similar to
survival post-apocalyptic
Last
thing.
of Us. Oh my god, I've totally played and finished that one.
yeah, so have I.
Well done.
Clickers,
Yes. Clickers are the fucking worst.
clickers,
No one likes clickers.
fucking clickers,
Clickers. Oh,
clicking
my God.
bastards,
They are.
twats.
Yeah.
That's
Played
what they
The
should
Last
have
of
called
Us.
them.
If you've not played
Twats.
Uncharted, have you played The Last of Us?
A bit of it. It didn't grab me. I know.
Prick.
I didn't think it was bad. I
Did you,
just
wait, did you play through the intro to it and that
Yeah.
didn't grab you?
it didn't.
You're secretly soulless.
No, I thought that was
dead
sad.
inside.
You're
But
dead inside.
it didn't-
Dead inside. Dead inside. Dead inside.
Oh, you
dead
just joined in.
We're all
It's
friends.
Like, tits like.
Oh, that's a shame.
It just didn't grab me. That was all. I didn't think it was bad. I just nothing about
Yeah.
the. Well, everyone loved Joel and Elliot, and there was nothing about them that made me really care. But that was just me.
hell. Fair enough.
Not because it was bad.
One of my favourite endings of any game I can think of.
Yeah, I know the ending. It's a pretty solid ending.
The ending of
Bloody
it
loved it.
really.
got
Well, the
someone
bit
to tell
before
me
the
and I was
ending,
just
when
like-
when it's all really crazy near the end, that stuck with me for days.
I like that.
The
but
choices I made
actual-
in that building that just stuck with me.
Yeah,
the,
there's some
the
pretty.
actual very ending of it, I
it's
got
beautiful.
goosebumps
Yeah, no, it's
from it.
I've listened to the people from Penny Arcade talk about the ending. They're both fathers, and they were both saying, as parents, the very ending of The Last of Us just like really hit them deep because they were like, think I might do that, like,
Fuck.
and
Yeah.
I can understand where this is coming from. And Christ, and they were just like, yeah, I'm not going to play that now. So yeah, that is good ending from what I've been told. But yeah, any other spooky games you want to touch upon before we wrap up this Halloween spooky time special?
I think we've covered spooky games pretty comprehensively.
Yeah, I think we've covered off every major horror franchise that I can think of as a game. Oh, hang
Metal
on.
Gear Solid 5 has a random towards the end,
Does it?
kind of zombie-ish level.
Metal Gear
But
Solid in
it just
general.
throws into it, and suddenly you've got this survival horror level, and it's one of the absolute best in the game.
What about just Metal Gear in general? There's all sorts of little spooky, scary bits in Metal Gear games. Like the bit in Metal Gear Solid 3, we have to walk down that lake with all the dead bodies.
Yeah,
That's
and,
spooky
and
scary.
the more people you've killed through the game, the more ghosts there
More
are.
ghosts
Wow.
walk towards you.
Yeah, it makes you think, huh?
Yeah,
Don't kill people.
Metal Gear?
exactly. But I just want to ask one more thing before we all go, because Halloween is when this comes out tomorrow.
Yeah.
I know what me and Simon are doing for Halloween, but I'm going to ask you guys what you are doing. Are you doing anything fun for Halloween,
No.
Steve?
No, I'm not, no.
Okay, Ian?
No, I don't celebrate bullshit American holidays.
All right. I do, because I love things like that.
USA, Coca-Cola
I
flags.
never did when I was a
flags,
kid.
curtains.
Never
That
did
was
when-
literally when I was a kid. It was a night that my parents would shut the curtains and turn
Hide.
the lights off, and just be like, "No."
A true night of
not
horror.
doing this.
Now they've got older, they do give to kids. They're like, to kids, we'll give them to kids, but once it gets past about 7 o'clock, we're not giving anything to anyone.
And what are you dressing up as this year, Chris?
I am going to dress up as John Cena.
Yeah, you are.
That is
And
horrifying.
Scary John
What-
Cena.
just regular John Cena,
Zombie
the best
Cena?
one. No, just John Cena. Why are you
Cena
going to dress
who
up as
gave
though,
up?
Simon?
I'm going dressed as the Red Power Ranger, obviously.
It is
You know it's meant to be
amazing.
scary stuff.
I know it's no Tommy. Get out.
Oh, he's the green one, wasn't
yeah, or the white
white
Ranger. No, I'm going
You're
as
meant to be
Jason.
scary
the Red
Jason.
Ranger.
That was it.
It's spooky Jason, the Red Ranger.
he? Spooky Jason the Red Ranger.
It's not scary at all. I just
No.
really
Is it
wanted
slutty? 'Cause it should be scary or
Tyrannosaurus.
slutty, shouldn't it?
No, neither of which. I'm going to get some jorts.
Are you slutty John Cena?
No, I'm regular sort of. I guess I'm scary John Cena in as much as it's overweight John Cena who's given up on his career.
So it's going badly for him.
Yeah, it's like, oh, he's still dressing up as John Cena.
Is he all right?
He's turning up as appearances. Yeah, all right, guys. Here I am. But we're gonna play Until Dawn and watch spooky films. That's what we're gonna do.
We didn't talk about
Kabuki
Until Dawn.
films.
We didn't because I haven't played it yet.
okay.
But have you guys played Until Dawn? Did you like
No.
it?
I have not played it.
I heard great
Fair
things
enough.
about it, though. I think it was a surprise horror hit this year.
It looks
Same
really cool.
same effect that kind of Scream.
Oh,
had
The
on
Evil
horror
Within.
films.
We didn't do that either.
Not played it.
Loads of scary games, isn't there?
There's a lot of scary games, and we
well.
may well talk about them all again next Halloween.
We just need to build up our courage.
We do. I mean, I don't think I can. Oh wow,
Fuck me.
That kind of came out of nowhere.
that was like an RKO of burps. That was amazing.
That was a little jump scare for everyone at home.
Yes.
Nice.
On that note, let's wrap this Halloween special Game Friends up. Do follow us on Twitter at Game Friends Pod. Also,
that guillotine's back
the
again.
guillotine's back. The competition's over by now, isn't it? By the time people are
Yeah,
hearing this.
This will be the last day.
Yeah, I think this is the last.
Yeah,
one.
this is it. So
Unless you listen to it after, in which case, where were you?
Quick, go to Facebook and do the competition thing if it's still time.
yeah, Game Friends Pod on Facebook. We're on that as well now. We're on Stitcher. Leave us a review on iTunes. That's also nice.
And Stitcher
'cause-
if you can.
And why not? No one's listening to us on Stitcher.
Tell a friend.
I've seen
the
the- I've
reason
seen the
we're on
stats.
Stitcher is because one person specifically asked.
Yeah, and I'll tell you how many people are listening to it. Well, I'll tell you in a
None.
minute. Anyway, see you all soon. Let's have a spooky goodbye because it's Halloween.
Bye.
Have fun at Halloween.
Try not to
friends.
kill too many people.
Not too many.
Always try not to kill anyone.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Try.